Such a big. Oh no! Oh no! Is it just me? It's just
Big
me.
Donovan.
Well, where? You know what? One of these days, what? What is happening? Uh, you
Well,
know,
thanks for coming,
for
all.
as long as we've done this, you would think we would have it down. Why am I big?
Why am
There
I
we go.
worried?
There we go.
Hey, we got there. That's the
We
important
got
part.
there.
We got there. So, oh my gosh. Well, oh yeah. Anyhow, we're gonna do some stuff. How's everybody doing today? It's it's Friday here, and we are streaming. So that's some stuff that's going on. It's going to be a fun one today. This will be a good time. We are going to be doing some modeling of some hand tools. So some woodworking tools, some fun stuff. It's kind of like, I was thinking about this. I know several people who have their own woodworking shops. I mean, maybe some people on the stream. And one of the things I have seen a lot of, and I don't think this is weird because people seem to have entire social media channels around this concept of really working on tools and processes and workbenches for your shop, maybe more than you ever actually, create things.
Yeah. It's like there's more videos about like how to be viral on social media than there are viral videos.
Right.
So
exactly.
it's about, it's about like the process and not the end result, I guess.
Right. And I've just seen that so many times where people are like, about halfway through my second workbench, this is 6 months in my shop. And we're going to basically model some tools instead of a thing that you would create in a wood shop. So
yeah,
this is our equivalent of that.
And I am excited because most of the time, so every week we post an announcement on the SketchUp forums.sketchup.com. Got to plug that right up top.
We'll drop that link
and most of the time that there will be a comment or two, some feedback of people talking about the upcoming stream. This week's stream, there was a lot of feedback, a lot of comments, a lot of suggestions on what Aaron should model today. Some of them, the answer was resounding no, but it was great. It was great seeing all the conversations. If you want
to, oh, are you still talking? Oh, I just lost audio.
Oh no!
Oh, there you are. Now you're back.
I don't understand what's happening. It's Friday, y'all.
Call tech support. This up and go
I know
somewhere else.
Yeah.
All right. We should. On that note, let's get what Randor is saying. We're both backwards.
Am I back? Nope. Right hand, left hand.
Right hand.
Are we? Is your name me? I don't know, man. It's one more thing.
Oh yeah.
Labeling of Aaron as a professional tool.
On my screen.
Oh, okay.
Did my backwards?
Should we jump into it? Should I click another button and see what goes wrong? Let's do this. Come on. Nobody wants to see my big head. Come on. There we go. There. There's a way to do this. Why am I the highlight? I don't understand.
I'm going to go sit down over here. You guys let me know when you got this worked out.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, everybody. I'm not the modeler for today. I don't know why I'm the main attraction.
You could do it, Donovan.
I know I could do it. Here we go. No, that's not even. That's worse.
Almost there. You're almost there.
I'm almost there.
That's not it.
Can we? I'm clicking and dragging. There we go.
That's better. Nope.
That's
close. So close. All right, I'm just gonna start talking. You keep clicking. I'll start talking. All right, folks. So here's what we're gonna do. Maybe this was the plan. I'll say that. What I wanted to do is wanted to get in and model some tools. So like Donovan said, we did have a lot of awesome feedback on the forum. Some people had some great ideas for things we could model. Some people had some stuff that I think they knew would not be something that would be modeled in less than 2 hours. There were some cool models up there. Dave called out a couple of tools that I had to go Google. I didn't know what some of these things were. When you call a tool a number 55, I don't know what that means. So, but there was some cool stuff. Unfortunately, some of them would probably merit their whole, like a full stream to just that one piece. And I didn't want to do anything any disservice by halfway getting through a model. So I took the advice of several people on the forum, and what I have planned is at least 4 items. If we get done real quick, maybe we'll poll and find another thing to do. But I'm going to start with a good old-fashioned wooden mallet. We're going to start with the basics. We're going to work our way up to a chisel. From the chisel, we're going to model a saw with proper teeth. And then we're going to finish with the Yankee screwdriver, which is one of Dave's posts and I would assume prized possession. So pretty cool. So I have images of all these. I went and grabbed them. So I'm going to go ahead and start by pulling them in. I'm just going to go File, Import, and
I guess our T-shirts are backwards. That's why people keep making the backwards comment. Our T-shirts are backwards.
So you should be able to go into the properties and unclick mirror. That shouldn't be.
You know, I am so scared to click on anything because the UI here changed, and now there's like a portrait mode and a landscape mode. And all right,
there's our mallet. And this is a weird thing. This is kind of fun. Part of screen sharing. When I go to import, my whole screen turns pink. You can see it on the overhead. This is what my screen looks like. So I'm having to look on the monitor to find the image I want to import, click on it. Wow. So one of the things we were talking about, this is a weird thing, but we were talking about this week was an old live stream called, some of you might remember it, called the Wheel of Pain Modeling, where myself and Josh Riley sat down to do some head-to-head modeling. And we had this thing called the Wheel of Pain, and we'd spin it. There'd be different challenges to model, like model with your left hand or model with mittens on, that kind of stuff. And I was watching it laughing. And now I feel like I'm in that because every time I do anything, oh, screen's gone again. So, which I'm 90% sure, where's the next one? There we go. Uh-oh, now the monitor went out too. There we go, did it.
On that note, hey, people are joining us from the UK. From Minnesota, although I guess it is windy in Minnesota, from Devon, from Newfoundland, from Canada's West Coast, from where else we got? There's so many comments. People must be excited about this stream. So there's a lot of comments to it. France.
Welcome.
Oh gosh, all over the place. Bonjour, everybody. A comment that I've lost my voice. Oh no. Can you not hear me?
That was a while ago, though.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Cool. And people say that we're the right way around now, so we're good.
Right.
We're good.
Cool. Whew. All right. Well, you know, this is just real life right here. This is how you know we're really live and not some pre-recorded thing. That was fun. That was interesting. And I don't know, this is something to do. We did change the studio setup quite a bit. So those of you guys who've been with us for a while know that we do most of our recording through a studio in Westminster. Obviously, for a while while we were returned to homing and all that, or working at home, the studio fell into a little bit of disrepair. We came back in. We had to replace some stuff like the main computer and some transformer or conversion boxes and stuff. And it's still work in progress. We're not 100% there, but yeah. So my screen turning pink is, I believe, an artifact of the fact that I'm sharing my screen capturing my monitor out to a box so that it can come through that computer over to your screen. And there's a lot of things there. And I never thought to check import to see what happens while screen sharing, but Lesson
Now
learned,
you know.
I guess. All right, let's move on. All right, so the first thing, we're going to start easy. We're going to start nice and easy. I'm going to do this mallet. This is not a deadfall. This is not a rubber mallet. This is nothing tricky. This is just a good old-fashioned wooden mallet. So I got a chunk of wood here with a handle in it. We're going to do that. So I'm going to start. I'm going to model the head real quick. And this is pretty simple. I'm assuming this is something like, I don't know, like 4x4. So I'm going to say 4, 4. That's my face. And I'll make it maybe, I don't know, like, see what 6 inches looks like. That'll work. All right. And you'll notice that all the edges are chopped off here. So we can do this a couple different ways. Here, let's back up a step. Maybe I'll come in here right now with this and come back. Let's do a 1/2 inch. All right, so I'm going to bring an edge over 0.5. I'm going to draw there. I'm going to come here, come up 0.5. There we go. And I'm going to come, let's see, we'll go here. Like
Randor says it looks like Thor's hammer.
You know, as somebody who's modeled Thor's hammer, there's some significant differences, but yeah. If you painted it right, you could probably pass it off as Thor's hammer. All right, there we go. So I'm going to take that now and bring it up 6 inches. For the face, I want the same thing. I want another 1/2 inch bevel here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I'm going to come in. I'm going to double click on this face. I'm going to right click, not right click. I'm going to hit offset into a 0.5 offset. 0.5. There we go. Now, with this still selected, I'm going to move it. Wrong button. Where's autofold? Command. Oh, I have the face selected. I just want the edge. There we go. I'm like, oh, that's it. I got to call this. I can't do this. So I'm going to push that down, 0.5, and there we go. Real simple, real easy. Do that one more time. I'm going to offset. I'm just going to double click on the face because that, oops. I just offset something else. No, we're good. All right. And then I'll grab.
Oh, somebody's asking if you have keylogger on. Do you have keylogger on? And whether or not we can make your screen be the only one that we see so it's bigger and easier to see.
That's on Donovan. I feel like there used to be the screen much bigger and then little teeny icons on the side instead of big icons.
Let's try this. Oh my gosh, why?
Yeah, do that, but
do that. Better. Yeah. Do that, but better. How about this? Is this better? So we use a program called Restream because we stream on multiple platforms, and so having one source of controllability across all those platforms is how we do it every week. And they've changed their studio a little bit. And so this is my first time clicking on some of these buttons in the orientation that they are, which is why we have all this wonderful technical difficulties on my end specifically. So
good times were had by all.
Yeah, good times. Good times.
All right. I'm going to come in here to the face. I'm just going to keep going. I can't. Yeah. So I'm going to come like 1 inch in. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to squish that down. So 0.5. All right. And that gives me a rectangle that is 1 inch by 1.5 inches. We'll push that through. All right. And there's my hammerhead just about done. Let's go throw some wood on there. We'll come here. We'll go to wood. And you guys know, if you've watched this before, that the default wood is okay, but it's kind of a laminate, and it reflects like a laminate. So it's not bad. I don't dislike this. And actually, if I orient this right, oops. That would actually work, as it's actually not that far off. But I have a feeling that as I do this, I'm going to want to grab some additional wood materials as we go through more things here. But yeah, right now, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to run with it.
Have you built a wood mallet before?
No, but I understand the concept. How's that?
Okay.
Block of wood with a handle in it, hit stuff with it. I got that straight.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. I guess I could take that all the way through and go. Color the inserts too. Okay, but there we go. Okay, so there's the head. Now for the handle, I could just do a rectangle like this, maybe knock the corners off and just have it run through. But I want to actually do something like this. So I'm going to have, the handle will be square at the top. It'll come through the bottom a little bit. And then I do want to get this kind of tapered sort of thing going on here. So this is going to be a multi-step process. To start with, we'll come right here and I'm going to go make a rectangle. Again, I'm out of context. That's already by itself. So make a rectangle. I'm going to start it right here like that. I'm going to push it through to this side. And then at the top, I'll have it pop through a little bit. At the bottom, I'll have it pop through a little bit more, something like that. All right. And I'll do a little bit of work up here. So what would happen actually is the handle would be split and then it'd have a wedge driven in there to kind of keep it from slipping out. I'm not going to actually model that. I'm going to cheat just a teeny tiny bit because I'm going to come right here. I'm going to come to the middle, draw a rectangle, find the middle here, find the middle here. Whoops. To there, draw a rectangle from the middle, something like that.
Keep going. Don't mind me. No, don't mind me. Just
okie doke. So hard to find good help these days, guys. I'm just kidding.
There we go. Okay.
We got it.
I got it. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Keep going. Keep going. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Just scoot that it just ever so slightly. All right. So we got
somebody
like
was asking when you apply textures to these, can you just hit Control A and then paint?
You can. I like to apply each texture, each face, so I can check and see which ones I got to change. So if I look at like these corner ones, I really have to change that. Like this needs to be changed, rotated ever so slightly so the wood grain actually runs, 90 degrees to the slope. If you do all of them at once, then you don't really get the control of watching each surface get the material. So generally speaking, I don't do all, but yeah. All right. Now I'm going to put a rounded, actually this is like an ovoid handle. It's a big word. Ovally is probably the better term. So it does taper. So it goes from smaller to bigger to smaller back out to the size of the main handle here. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to do a follow me that's based on a circle, and then I'm going to squish it using scale. I'm going to see how that works. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab this part of the handle, make it a group. Now I'm going to do a circle. I'm going to find the very center of this rectangle. There we go. And I'm going to bring it out so that, yeah, the largest part is the same height there. And now what I'm going to do, come to the middle, bring a line out like this, approximate height. All right, that's good. I'm going to come up. Again, what's my tallest point right there? To here to get a rectangle. And now what I want to do is I want to come in here and I want to create that curve. So the first part I'm going to do is I'm going to knock the corner off here. I'm going to go like something like that. And then from there, I will come to maybe about there. And then from there, I'll come and curve back up to here. Something like that. That looks pretty good. All right, and then I'm going to grab this. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the face, actually. I don't want the face in there. I just want the circle path to follow. If you leave the face in there and it does the extrusion around it, it'll end up throwing away the face because it draws a face over a face. They cancel each other out. So if I just have the path to follow, this is going to be a little bit cleaner, I think. Let's see. Follow me with this. All right, there we go. Perfect-ish. All right, I'm going to grab that, make it a group. Then I'm going to hit scale. And I'm going to scale right here, about the middle. And I'm going to take that into the thinnest point. Get rid of that. Perfect.
Use all the technical words here.
That's right. Now, the question comes, well, but what about this? So there's a couple things I could do here to make this look better. I'm thinking of the fastest way I could do it. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to push this back a little bit. And I'm going to take a point from here to here. Should go straight across. And I find the middle point here. Or actually just go to the midpoint here. Bring that across. And then I think I would probably just do what I could do. A couple things here. Like I was saying, I could loft this, but that seems like, I don't know, a lot to do there. I don't know what lofting tools I currently have installed either, but I don't know. If you wanted to do this with native tools, it would be something like this, right? Stitch that up and then come in here. Option, smooth that over. I'm not opposed to using native tools either. I will be using some native tools. And then that creates that. Then I can grab that face. We'll grab it and make a copy of it. Option to here. And then we'll grab both those faces and mirror that. Option to here. Grab all that. Go to my tool, my soften and smooth, toggle that, get that cleaned up nice and clean. I think that would work okay. It's not beautiful, but what's going on up here?
It works.
Oh, it's just got to soften it even more. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so I'm going to call that good enough. I'm going to grab these two pieces. They should both be solid, so I should be able to go to Tools, Outer Shell that. But no, one of them is not solid. I think it's this one. I believe this does not have an end face. So we can always click on it, go to Entity Info. That's not a group. Oh, neither of them are, because that makes sense, because I just deleted the end face of both of them. All right, so that should now, nope. Let's figure out why. Actually, you know what? It doesn't even matter. I'm making this harder than I need to be, and I'm trying to be better about that. I'm trying to be better about not chasing issues when I don't have to. I'm going to grab both of them, make them a group, go into that group, select both of these, explode, and I'll triple click, and then resoften. Oh, you know what I did? I put a face inside there when I do that last line. Poke my head inside. There we go. All right, now if I triple click, resoften that. There we go. Now I have that nice continuous handle. It's a lighter wood, but I'm going to do this. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to use this same wood, apply it to this face. I want to rotate the other direction. Rotate 90 degrees. And I want to make it a little bit tighter grain. So I'm going to come in here and also shrink it down like that. And then I'm going to make this unique. So over here, I should get a new texture. I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to go make it lighter and yellowier, like that. I'm also going to make sure that this texture, oops, I grabbed more than just the face. The texture is projected, and then I'm going to grab it and just put it all onto this. And there we go. All right, that's thing number one done. Well, considering we started with 12 minutes of technical difficulties, I'll say that went pretty smooth.
No, that was great. That was great.
Oh, I need to grab it and there we go. Ooh, you know what? Here's what I want to do. I want to do a thing. I'm going to put a little surface over
Randor
here.
says you need to save.
You don't think Untitled is a good name for this model? Good call. Oh no! Anytime a pop-up shows up, I lose my.
Oh no! Your pink screen or purple screen.
Hold on, I'm looking on the monitor. Desktop, tools, That's so weird. I don't know what's going on there. All right.
XR Design says you should name it Skinnier, Yellowishy, or Hammer Done.
I have way too many opportunities to misspell in that one. All right. So last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it. I want the end of the handle to be on the ground like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate. I'm gonna rotate along the green axis. My point that's actually on the ground I want to rotate along is this point right here. So I'm going to hover and grab that point and then grab the low point here and drag it down until it hits the surface. So right here, and grab, say there, and bring that down, let it hit the surface, and there we go. We now have mallet resting on the ground, which should look pretty cool when we turn on some visualization options. Like we come in here and we go to styles and get on my favorite ambient occlusion option. Oh, yes. Yes. Thank you. Good stuff. Oh, and we could obviously, we don't have it turned on right now, but I could always go into my face styles and turn on. Oh, I do have photo real materials on, but no environment. So let's turn on environment. Oh, yes. There we go. I don't need the sky dome.
This is definitely yellowish.
Yes, I turned on a yellowy backdrop. Is that a problem? A little more,
it works.
Cooler.
There's snow on the ground in your environment in SketchUp and snow outside your environment at your house.
We are experiencing snow now that winter's over. Super cool. I'm going to bring the sun up a little bit more. Maybe a little over. Yes, there we go. All right, I'm going to start with that. That's thing number one.
Johnny Fox says, I've made one of those IRL.
Awesome.
It's a good project. Mallets are a fun project to make.
I have changed the handle on both a hammer and an axe. So I got some of those pieces down. I just didn't cut out any of it.
Kegi says he thinks you should scale the handle up a bit because it's a little thin. But the title of it was Thinnier, so... Or, sorry, Skinniester.
Really? I thought that was pretty close to... I don't know.
Oh, J.R. Wall says, out of interest, how would you mirror the hammer now that it's off axis?
If I wanted to mirror it, select that, and I want to mirror it to the world axes, there is a modifier key you can hit to toggle it so that it mirrors along the world axes and not the axes relative to the component. So any point, you can do that with any, it's not a hammer specific function is what I'm saying. Anywhere you want.
Cool. All
right.
On to the chisel.
Yes, I could fine tune these things. I could probably spend the rest of this stream getting that hammer just perfect, just the best mallet ever, but I'm not going to. All right. So for this, I think I'm going to make most of this. Now we're going to do one big follow me to do all of this. We'll apply some different materials, and then we will go slice this out using some solid tools. That's what's going to happen. So I'm going to make a circle on the ground. I'm going to draw a line up like this. This is not the only way to do follow me's, like radial follow me's. This is just kind of what's always worked well for me. It is drawing a rectangle like that. It's on axes, so that helps a little bit. So as I look at this right here, I'm going to go to about here with the handle. And then I'm going to have this part that tapers in. It's going to get a little break right there. So I'll say that that's like right here. And then it tapers in. So I'm going to do that to like here. And it's going to kind of have a little arc where it comes out to the larger piece. And that'll be up here. Down here, we're going to have this little thingy here. That's going to kind of bulk out. And then I got a little ring on the end. And then some wood showing at the bottom. All right, that's just for my reference. So now I'm going to come in here. What's going to go all the way to the outside? It looks like this ring goes all the way to the outside, so I'll be there. we'll cut this bottom part back a little bit. And then it looks like you have just basically just a teeniest bit coming up like this. And then it kind of comes out like that. And then that's what goes all the way back into here. So I'm just going to do a single arc from the end of that up to just a little bit in. It's not a huge arc or anything like that. Just a little bit of an arc, maybe something like that. And then right here, I'm going to draw a line all the way across. I'm going to do a circle right in the middle. I'm just going to grab this piece and slide it over to there and then get rid of that. Whoops, and get rid of that. All right, so there's my wooden handle. Did I go out of that? I did just a little bit. My arc lapped outside of my rectangle. My rectangle is not anything really that important, so I don't mind getting rid of it. All right, so there we go. So now we got this wood piece. We got a metal piece right here. And then we got a little butt on the end there. All right, now inside there, we have this little piece of metal. It goes kind of like that. Then somewhere inside like that, we have a piece that angles in. So pretty close to the same angle I just put there, actually. Like that. And then that turns out. So I'm going to go grab an arc, pull it out like that. There. Whoop. I did something. I don't want that. If it's inferencing the wrong thing, I just delete it until I get to the thing I want to inference. All right. There we go. All right, get rid of these extra edges. And something I can do, this I don't know how well this is going to actually work. This is the part that'll get cut into the chisel then after I do what I'm about to do. One of the things I can try to do is I can try to take material and apply it first and then see what happens if I follow me. I say I can try because I've actually never done this with photoreal materials and I don't do it with wood grain, but if I'm doing solid colors, it's kind of neat to do that, but actually it's not going to work because I got to break it up anyhow. Never mind, ignore that. Because I gotta have one piece anyhow. So, all right, let's just go. Let's quit talking and let's just make stuff happen. Delete the face, grab the circle, follow me with this. All right, that's exactly what I want. I want a little more stretched though. So I'm gonna come back in here. Again, none of this is to scale yet, so I'm okay with that. I'm gonna grab all of it, hit scale, and then grab that middle piece, bring it up. I grab the circle on the ground, but I'm scaling away from that, so it really shouldn't matter. There we go. Let's try this now. Grab this. And again, I'm not working off of a scale drawing or anything like that. I'm just making something that looks like the thing I want. And boom, that's it, I think. Cool. So now what I can do is I can come in and I can go grab a metal. We'll grab some of this. And I'll put this here and here.
Ooh,
and
shiny.
Here. Oh, yeah. I'll keep going here. Be polishing my tools here.
I know.
Right.
I was about to say, I don't know. I don't think I've ever had that shiny of a chisel.
Well, you can't use it on wood. That just gets it dirty.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to grab that. There's some stuff I want to soften and smooth some things. I'm going to grab this piece.
Studio RT Cool says sometimes if you paint first and then push pull, the faces end up inside out.
That happens too. Yes. This I don't like, obviously. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the faces that I want wood on. All of them like that. I'm going to put materials on them now, which is going to be this material. I'm going to apply it like that. And see, it's not doing anything different because unfortunately, because of where it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the surface like this. I'm going to apply that to this surface. I'm going to turn that 90 degrees again.
Dave says don't use it for opening paint cans. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, now I'm going to grab this face, this face, this face, and this face. And
Johnny says, can you select by material?
Yeah, except I just put this material on this and this other piece over here. So there we go. And now I sample this and put it on here. That should give me a continuous. It's going to be a little weird right at the edge because I'm going to have this wood grain thing going on. But that's how wood works. If you cut a piece of wood against the grain, it's going to get that kind of thing going on at the edge. So I don't feel too bad about that.
Bill says things went a lot faster before Aaron got bitten by the materials bug.
I know. Wouldn't it be nice if these were all just white laying on the ground? Oh, so easy.
Life no ambient occlusion, no environments.
None of it.
Old school.
That's right. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to come in and I want to chop away some of that material. So I'm going to start with a rectangle. I'm going to start with 2 rectangles. One here. I'm going to offset that here. This is the thickest part of my chisel. This is going to be a little weird. Trust the process here. So I'm going to scale
trusting the process.
Thank you. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to grab this, make a group. And what I want to do is, let's get it by the very middle so I can line this up easily. We'll take that and we'll put it on the middle up here. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I want to make this come down and chop, cut this all off. We need to scale it about the middle. All right. So what I want to do is I want to bring that down. Is that a group? I didn't make that a group. All right. So I want to bring that down like this. And that's the material I want it to cut off of. Oh, it's a little too big. I'll make it a little bit. No problem. Push this out so it's just past there. Oops. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. And then what I'll do is I will take this, which should hopefully still be a solid group. It is. And this, I didn't make this group.
Bill says, chop away some of that material. Isn't that the purpose of a chisel?
That's right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? You make this mallet, you know what you got to hit that little wedge in with? A mallet. I don't know. So really, it's impossible for that first mallet to have ever been made. Life is an illusion, folks. All right, I'm going to grab this. And I'm going to put my silver all over it. And then I'm just going to grab this. And I'm going to say, tools, subtract. Solid tools, subtract that from here. And then we get this. So we're closer now to a chisel. We're not there. We're closer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat a little bit now because I don't really have a good cut.
Final Fast Roni says we can make shortcuts for groups. Like G for group, V for components. Keyboard shortcuts. Yes?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure.
And then Dave said if you had Eneros auto weld installed at the top of the cylinder, it would automatically be a circle to which you could infer.
Yes. I'm not great at that, but that is absolutely true. All right. Now we got a big chunk of metal right here. And I'm going to cheat a little bit again. I'm going to draw a line across here. And I'm going to come up and grab this face right here. I'm going to scale and I'm going to squish it down like this. And we're getting a chiselier shape. That's not really, this is way wider than I was expecting it to be. I did not go thin enough on the neck right here. So forgive me, but our chisel is going to be a little bit big.
Chunky chisel.
Yeah, wow. That
patent
really,
pending.
Like way bigger than I expected. So this right here should be about as wide as what I want the thickness of the chisel material to be.
Ooh, John says, how come Aaron never uses any plugins?
Oh, don't even worry about it. They're coming.
Does he use any off stream in his normal setup?
Well, funny thing about that. Thing one is, at this point, I don't really use SketchUp that much off screen. I just don't really have as much time as I used to. Yeah, this is.
Wow. Oh.
Oh, this is a big chisel. Yeah, so my whole issue is right here, right around here.
Dave says a chisel for chopping big mortises and hardwood.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run with it because I'm kind of having fun right now. But oh my goodness.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, Bill says some Japanese chisels are chunky like this. So just call it that. Just call it that.
So I'm working.
Yeah.
Look at. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I want to make sure that this aligns. So I'm going to draw a line from here to here, like that. And then I can pick up this one. I can take it vertically till I hit this. And then, in theory, that theory did not pan out.
Oh, man.
All right, how about this? Rotate it. How do you like that? Sometimes I got to. There we go. All right. There's my big chunky chisel. Okay, it's not that bad. I mean, if I look at it from right about here, it looks perfect.
Oh, yeah. Much like my woodworking, if you look at it from a distance, it looks great.
That's right.
Yeah.
If it looks wrong, you're just standing too close.
Yes.
Let's bring that down to appropriate size and rotate it.
Timber frame chisel. Yeah, we'll call it that. It's a timber frame chisel.
And we get it like that, and then we're gonna drop it. Oh boy!
Hey, speaking of timber frame, there was a live we did with a timber framer that if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@SketchUp.
And there's a good chance that that timber framer may be back as a guest in the very near future. So check that out.
Johnny 5 says it looks great for my house.
Yeah, see, if you look at it like this, that's a chisel. No question about it. My problem, so honestly, just to break this down, I could fix this. What I'd have to do is I'd have to go back to the follow me process, and I need a sharper taper here. This should be about half the thickness that it is right now, because that thickness is what controlled basically how thick this chisel was right here. So it still works. But yeah, if I was trying to be a little more accurate to the photo, I should have made my follow me a little bit smaller there. So one of the things that you can do, this is not very good because it's not on axis, but I could try to rotate this so it's close to on axis and kind of trace the outline. But it's yeah, it's probably best to move on. Is probably what it is.
Yeah, 2 down, 2 to go. 45 minutes in. We got this.
All right. So those were warm up. And I think I'm batting about 500 right now. We'll say 600. Okay. So I want to do a couple of saws. I wanted to do 2 types of saws because I did want to do both. And I apologize. I forget what the terms are, but where all the teeth go one way and then one where they go back and forth like that. So pull saw versus this kind of saw. I don't know what the words are. But anyhow, the important thing is I want to make that. And look at this handy dimensioned plan I got here. I think since this actually has dimensions, I'll draw it to dimension and see how close I am. Actually, I have no idea how big these are. Come here, 3. We put 3 right here. Oh, those are 2. Oh boy, that's a lot of metal. That's a heavy chisel, buddy. Anyhow, let's draw this. All right, so I'm gonna draw a line back 9.5, which is that length. And then I'm just gonna make a rectangle off of that. I don't know how wide it is. I'm just kind of guessing, but I'm gonna come back like maybe that much. All right, and draw a rectangle. Come here. Let's get closer. Yeah, I think that'll work. It looks like there's a little bit of a taper, so I think this is a little bit smaller, but I'll do that afterwards. Then we got, okay, this actually looks like a barbecue spatula. I'm not getting strong saw vibes out of it, but
it's a Japanese
straight
pull
on,
saw.
yeah, you can see it does taper. It is wider at one end than it is on the other. I'm going to do that afterwards, like I said, because I want to get my teeth on there, and it's going to be easier to draw teeth on a straight edge than it is on something that's not a straight edge. All right, I'm putting arc right here to here. There we go. I'll take that and I will mirror it about itself. All right, and there we go. I think I'm going to do this. I'm going to keep these as two separate pieces because if I do any distorting to this geometry, I don't want to mess with everything else. So we'll grab this, make it a group. We'll grab this, make it a group. And then over here, we'll put a circle right here. We'll go just larger. And this is 22.5. So if I come here, I like to draw a line out, 22.5, and then I can pull that circle to there, and we have that drawn more or less to scale. I didn't put any depth. That was intentional because one of the things I want to do is with this cut, I want to actually cut these out, and I'll do that beforehand. Whereas these ones are going to be a 3D cut out because of the way the geometry flips back and forth. You know, this as opposed to this.
So rip teeth and cross-cut teeth.
Ryoba. That's exactly what yeah. All right. So I'm going to grab that, make it a group. So I have 3 groups right now. I'll come back to do materials later. We have a little more detail we could add here, but that's later. That's for later. Okay. So when I look at this, the teeth are pretty simple, right? I got something that goes like this and then comes up kind of like this and then comes back down like that. And then it's this far off the edge. So just for my own reference, I'm going to grab that. I'm going to draw that and cut it. We'll come down here.
Bill says, are you planning on making the teeth with a set to them?
Is that what this is? Hold on, I got to ask ChatGPT what a set is. That's me saying, oh, do I? You tell me. You tell me, Bill. All right. So obviously that's not the right scale, but it gives me an idea of how I want to draw my teeth.
Bill says yes.
Okay, dude.
I think he's referring to this.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Wait, what is that? Yes. What was it? I said a lot of things. What was that? Yes to?
I don't know. Yes, that's what that yes is to. Yes.
Okay. So again, I'm using this as reference. I don't have
set bend left and right.
Yes.
So yes.
So I'm gonna draw this on flat on the ground with proper angles. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take these 2 edges and I'm going to copy them. So this one doesn't look like it has that. This one's just straight up, cut straight down. But this one, yes, it's cut from the different sides. I'm doing that because I saw this episode of How It's Made where I saw a saw get cut and it's a little wheel that just spins back and forth like that and makes little tiny cuts. So I'm putting that over there, and I'm going to say do that like 30x, 70x, 90x. Oh, that's too many. That's too many. Too many is good because too many I can fix. Not enough is harder. All right, so I'm going to go in here, get rid of these last couple teeth. Whoops.
Whoop.
Whoop. Second tries a charm. All right, now this is a group. This is a bunch of edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my edges, Command C that. I'm going to come in here into context. I'm going to Command V to paste it in place. Yeah, I'm going to paste it. And now what that should do is it should break it. So this is separate from this. But if anybody's done this before, they will back me up on this. It is a pain to come in here and delete. What did I make? 90 teeth? Each of these, delete each of those out. So I'm not gonna. What I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna take a copy of this and set it over here. Then I'm gonna grab all of this, delete it, and then I'm gonna take what's left, grab it by the center point, and then put it right there. All right, there we go. Now we have a full set of teeth. Like I said, I do want to come in and put a little bit of an angle on that because it does have that taper to it. I don't know if that's, I'm trying not to be sacrilegious to any pull saw guys out there, but I don't know what that angle is. It doesn't look like much. I mean, it looks like if I drew a straight line right here, it's a little bit of an angle in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut this out.
Does the line not go all the way to the end?
So yeah,
yeah.
Okay, there we go. That's what I want to do. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna take this, just that geometry, and we'll try like, I don't know, 2 degrees, 3 degrees. Oop. And then I will continue this back out like that. Continue this along this line here. All right. There we go. So we have 1/2 of our pull saw. At this point, I can give this some depth because when I cut in these next teeth are actually going to be 3-dimensional. So this will be a little bit different. So I'm going to come in here, give this, I don't know, how thin is a pull saw blade?
Very, very thin. No, I'd say like 1/32. It's very thin.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a little bit wider and then I'm gonna squish it back down after I do this because I need a little bit of meat to cut. It's gonna be easier to cut this in here if I have this be a little bit wider. And you'll
Colin, in referring to the teeth, says another solution to that problem would be to select the edges of the new face and then right-click, select, deselect edges, and then delete.
Processing. Yes, that would work as well. Same thing. This is the same thing. This comes up a lot with like, I want to cut a bunch of holes into something to make a grate. So you go in and trace everything, then you end up going select, delete, select, delete, select, delete, select, delete. It's a pain. So just copying the face you want to keep, delete everything, and then paste the piece you want to keep or the piece back in. That works as well. Anyhow, all right, let's look at this. So I'm going to come, it looks like it's about the same. No, it's actually not the same at all. Okay, so I don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to come here. This is going to be that edge piece. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a piece like that. And then this is one of those times where I'm like, I think I know what I'm going to do, but I don't really know what I'm doing. You know, you guys been there before?
Yes, constantly. Right. Which is why you saying I don't know what I'm doing, I kind of have to take a moment.
All right. So now I'm going to grab, so I got this thing here. I'm going to grab this point and bring it in like this. Half the material. Nope. The full length, the material is an eighth of an inch. I think this is going to work. Brace yourself. No, I think I'm going the opposite. I'm doing the wrong thing. That would be interesting, but it's totally wrong. Back up, back up, back up. Okay, everybody just relax. Just relax here.
Okay.
Okay. take a breath. All right. What I actually want to do is I want to come down this way, 1/8 of an inch, and then come back up. Yeah. Come down here, 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, I actually want to do this on the sides, not on the face. That 2x. Okay, that is what I want. And then over here on the other side, it's going to be the opposite. So when I come over here, it's going to be down 1/8 of an inch here and back up.
XR Design says, I can't relax until I see what's next. Trusting the process.
Keep them guessing. That's what I like. All right. So now what I should be able to do is grab this point, grab it straight down to here, grab this point, drag it straight down to here, grab this point straight down to here. I'm just doing a couple teeth just to show how the geometry is created, and then we'll end up copying it just like we would on the other one. So this one then comes straight down to here. This one comes straight down to here. And there we have our alternating saw teeth. The end's going to be a little different because that's going to look like that. And then I need a clean spot to cut off. So we'll go. All right. So that's what I want. I want this to repeat. I got to, I'm going to take this whole thing and rotate it so it's upright. It'd be much easier to work on this if I was looking down on the edge rather than coming up. All right, so there we go. So that's what I'm looking for, right? There's my alternating teeth. Right, that's correct, right? Right, everybody buys that? I'm gonna push, pull that. What? Why is that? Why are you being weird? I think I have some internal geometry. Yes, I do. Get rid of that. All right. Push, pull this down to here. Huh. Why? Oops. All right. So I'm going to cut out this geometry.
Randor says you have to widen teeth beyond the thickness of the blade.
Do I? Do I really?
It's what he's saying. It's what he's saying.
I don't know what that means, unfortunately. What? I'm trying to think of how to do this. Widen it beyond the thickness of the... Oh, like they should cut out like that? I thought in a saw like this, this was flat, flush.
I'd have to go grab mine to look. I've never looked at like at it that close to see how how far beyond the thickness of the blade.
You haven't?
No, I just use it. That's all I do.
All right. So then I think what I can do is I can grab this much of a tooth. I don't know. Let's see how this works. We grab that.
Randor says, look at the image. Look at the reference image.
I did. The image is very tiny. All right, so then I think what I can do is I can grab this option to here and then say 40x, 45x, 44x, 43x. All right, and then from there, straight across to here. Sorry, I'm not ignoring what Randor is saying. I just only have capacity for so many things at a time, and I'm currently drawing. Okay. So something like the hat. Now what I could do, this This is large. This should probably all be scaled way down. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of fun.
Chunky chisel, thick saw.
Shoo. Yeah, I'm gonna unthicken it in a second. First thing I want to do is I want to clean it up. I have a lot of extra geometry in here, so I'm gonna do a couple of things. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to extensions, and I'm gonna run cleanup. I should probably save.
Be
Go to
smart.
extensions, cleanup, and I'm gonna merge faces. And then see how that any of these pieces that weren't connected together got connected, but it did leave all this extra geometry around. So I'm gonna go right back up to extensions and clean up and say erase stray edges. That's cool, Bill. And on your saw that you model, you can go in and spin those things around. But yeah, I get what you're saying. You could. So one thing I could have done, I was thinking about this. I could have made all of this a single tooth into a solid, and then I could have arrayed them, and that would have let me take that component and twist it or change or add whatever additional geometry I want, and then just make it all a solid afterwards. I chose not to do that. That's the end of that statement. I chose not to do that. I want to know why this did not. Oh, I do know why. So cleanup didn't merge these faces because I think there's actually a face inside there. So if I look at X-ray, yeah, see that? That's a face underneath on the inside. So what I can do, because the way I modeled this should be pretty close to solid if it's not already. So I should be able to go to tools and use solid inspector to fix that. There we go. And with that gone, now I can come in here and go to clean up, merge faces again. And there we go. Now we're back to one nice big piece. Still heavy duty. It's still chunky, but we're getting there. So the other thing I want to do on here is same as I did with the other side. I want to make sure this has a 3-degree angle to it. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to, whoops, I'm just going to draw a line like, come into context. I'll draw a line like that and get rid of these two faces right here. Then I'm going to grab all of this. I'm going to rotate it. Again, just like I did before. It's going to come down 3 degrees. And then what I'll do is I'll run this up and this up to here. And then I'll run that to there, run that to there. And then I'll intersect the two and get rid of our extra geometry. And with that, whoops, we now have our 3-degree taper. Now,
Transom just posted a picture in the forum of a close-up view of the teeth.
On this specific saw?
No, well,
just kidding.
On a saw, wow, cool. That's interesting. That is interesting.
There you go on my screen in case anybody wants to check along with me. It's gone now. You got to be on the ball. All right, so all the way to the bottom, past the cookies. What the heck? Those like diamond cut teeth. We don't buy saws at the same place, I don't think.
Somebody's talking about a Home Depot link.
This
is one for wood and burgers, different teeth.
Okay, that makes a difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this. And remember, I made this 1/8 of an inch wide. So I want to get down to like a 32nd, like Donovan said. So I'm just going to grab it and scale it. We're going to scale it about the middle. And I'm going to start pulling it in this way. And I'm going to say 0.25, enter. All right, there we go. Now we should have something that looks more like wood cutting teeth on that side. And on this side, something that could actually go through there. All right, looks pretty cool. I'm going to take that now and I'm going to move it so the middle I'm gonna grab by that middle point right there, move it horizontally so it lines up with this piece, because this piece now has to be brought out to this thickness and this thickness. And then I should be able to grab both of these. They should both be solid groups. So I should be able to go to Tools, Outer Shell that thing. I don't think I hit it. Tools, Outer Shell. There we go. And that's that. This whole thing then will get my silver color. It's like a hammered silver kind of. Actually, it looks like
in this one you can have your shiny silver, and it would look pretty good.
That's right. And then down here, I don't know. It looks like it's rope wound wood, but I think I'm going to give it my my standard wood handle. It's gonna be a matching set of chunky material in here. I can't. Let's see if I go. So I did that, and I don't dislike what it did. I just don't love what it did. It kind of turned the material and gave me a cross grain instead of having the grain go the full direction. I can't select and hit texture and orient it if it's on a surface. A surface is more than one connected face. So I can't, unfortunately, just spin it like that. But what I might be able to do is go to View, see my hidden geometry, grab one of these faces, and then change the texture there. Nope, because it's projected. So I have to unproject it. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Position. Turn that thing this way.
Bill says, now 5 minutes worth of material shenanigans.
Change it back to projected. Went back the other way. All right. So the proper way to do this, which I like to do on occasion, or this is what I've always done, is get a surface that's just slightly bigger than what I'm going to do there, like that. Grab that material and put it on here. Orient it so it's correct as how I want it to project on here. Make sure it is projected. Then sample that and apply it to the faces. There we go.
Much better.
Yeah. I was trying to take a shortcut that I didn't know was going to work, and I have been proven that I was right. It didn't work. All right. Now remember, this is something to remember. This is the proper scale. So when we go grab this and drop it on to our mat over here, everything else needs to scale to this. Which means you, my friend, which is good, because it'll save about 12 pounds of metal in our toolbox. There we go. That looks more realistic. All right. I'm assuming since this is metal, that what would happen is this would actually lay down kind of like this. This piece would lay down on the surface, and then the handle would stand up just a little bit there. I don't know. I don't know if that's valid or not, but I just kind of imagine.
Hey, it's valid in this model.
That's right. 22 inch. So that's less than a 2 foot. That's not a very big saw. So I think that's a realistic sizes there. Okay. Whew. Save and have a sip of coffee.
Yeah.
All right. We are an hour in, which is perfect because I have a suspicion that this thing right here is going to take a little longer than all the rest of those. So this, in case you have not seen it, I've been told, I knew what these were. I just didn't know that they had a name. Apparently they're called a Yankee screwdriver. And the idea is you have a bit here, you put that in the screw and you push down on the handle. And because of this crisscross corkscrew right here, it's going to make the head spin one way. When you let go, the clutch, whatever, disengages and you push back down. So you just kind of push in and out like that, and it tightens or loosens the screw. Simple enough. But let me show you some things.
In theory, we're about to find out.
So down here we have a screw bit. Simple enough, right? We start with a hex piece of material, then it gets cut into a round bit, and then it has teeth cut out of it. Take a couple of minutes, but we can make that. A little bit of solid tools, that sort of thing. Then we have this brass thing right here. You know what this brass thing has on it? Knurling. Say it with me. Knurling. There's lots of ways to do knurling. We've actually done, I've modeled knurling several times on here, and it's never very fun. It's a time-consuming process of getting a bunch of geometric shapes to line up and then have them alternate around a circle. But I have a shortcut that's going to make that knurling just so easy. Same with this set, this right here. We have 3 knurling strips. We'll get those in there. I have no idea how to do this, so that'll be fun. More knurling. This is pretty easy. A little cutout where we have the forward or backward or locked control thing. I don't know what any of these pieces are called. I do know that this is what's called a handle. So those are the things we're gonna do. Some of these are easy. This handle, just a quick circular, follow me. Like I said, the bit, couple steps, but we can do it. This is an easy shaft. That's just a little cutout, no problem. It's really from about here down to about here. That's gonna be a little extra work. But because we went through those first 3 so quickly, we have like 45 minutes or so to get this done, and we can do it. All right, I wanna actually use this image as a reference. So I'm gonna draw a line close to the middle, and then I'm gonna grab this image and the line, and I'm gonna rotate it so that that is on the vertical axis, excuse me. Now, I have a center point there. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make this big, like really big. We're going to make this like 100 times bigger, because stuff like this little tiny detail, this little tiny knurling, will have an issue getting modeled in normal SketchUp. So the problem, if you don't know this already, SketchUp, the reason SketchUp was made was to do architectural modeling. So it was modeled on some fundamental assumptions about how big a thing would be. So it can handle very small, very fine geometry, but it can't always create that geometry. So what we're going to do is just model it real big, and then we'll scale it back down when it's appropriate.
So you're saying there's not an extension for that?
Not for that. No. All right. So I'm going to start at this end. I'm going to do all these parts right here as one piece. So I'm going to come out like this. I come up. Oop, where'd the line go? I'm going to come in just the tiniest amount like that. And then I'm going to come all the way up to the handle here. I'm going to go across like that. And then I'll do this same way I do all the other ones. We're start like that. And then that comes out to maybe there. So I'm going to go grab an arc from here to here. Nope, I didn't like that. Maybe like about there. And that's going to come to about there. That's going to go up to about there. And that's going to go to here. Nope, I don't like that. I'm going to cut that out.
Oh, Bill says, didn't Tyson make a video tutorial on knurling before he jumped ship? Yeah.
I'm not sure if Tyson did. I know we do have those, or we have had those. They exist. All right, I'm going to take a circle now. One of the things I want to make sure of, because I want to make sure all of my sides, I'm going to go 24 because that's the standard size. I want to make sure all of my circles are the same for working around this, because when I do the knurling, it's going to be very important to make sure I know how many sides and pieces are there. But this looks pretty good for right now. All right, so I'm going to take that, take my circle, follow me with this, and there we go. That's that's the first couple pieces. I still need to put the little switch in there, but the rest of this looks good. So I'm going to grab this section right here, throw my sweet silk. Actually, I'm not going to color it yet. I don't want to run into issues with scaling materials. So the easiest thing I've always found is to color after everything's the proper scale and then reset that scale. All right, there we go. There's part of the handle. Now everything else from here on in, I don't know how to do. So I am going to turn off shadows temporarily, not because there's causing no issues with modeling. It's just they are, actually, you know what, I'll leave them on and I'll just go change my face style to shaded with textures. No, still want it off. Okay. It's just causing issues. I can't see what's on the screen. So here's what we're going to do. Watch this.
I found Tyson's video and put a link in the chat.
Awesome.
And now, now I'm getting an error saying, "Oops, something went wrong. Try reloading this page." I'm not going to reload this page. So we'll have to see what fun technical difficulties may come because of that.
It looks okay on my screen still, so I'm going to assume everything is just fine and keep rolling. All right, so here's what I want to do. This right here is a circle, right? We're good with that. This is a circle. I want to make a shape. I want to draw my knurling flat and then wrap it around that circle. So I can do this by creating a line that is the same length as the length of this circle, which is 92 feet and 8 1/16. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to start to draw. I'm going to come right here, start to draw a line. No, I can't do that. It's never that simple. All right, so select that again. I'm going to come this way. I'm going to type 92 foot 8 1/16 inch. All right, there we go. Get lost, the rest of you. I want this piece to be about this wide. So I'm going to grab that, bring it over here. Okay. This I want parallel to the red axis, like that. Perfect. All right, and then this is how big I want that thing to be. All right, so now I have a rectangle that I can take and make into a ring. So before I make it into a ring, of course, I want to go in and put these knurled bits. You know what? I'm wondering if that and that are similar enough. No, this is bigger for sure. Okay. No shortcuts here.
No shortcuts here.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this
way.
edge. I'm going to divide it into a bunch of small edges. 100, in fact. I'm going to draw a line on the first two, like that. There we go. And I'm going to take this edge right here. No, let's take this edge. Take this edge, divide it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. An even number 6. There we go. And then I'm going to draw some diamonds. I'm going to take that. I'll just copy that down there, 2x. And this is going to, however many of these diamonds I do, is going to control how tight my knurling is. And I'm going to take that then, make that a component. And this is part of knurling, so this is just known as a knurl. I don't know if that's...
Knurl 1, knurl 2, knurl 3.
Knurl.
Yeah.
We're going to do that 50 times. Should take it down the end since it was 25 long. And apparently, that's a little extra bit of geometry there. Get rid of that. Get lost, pal. All right, so there's my knurling. Now what I'm going to do going to go into one of these, and I'm going to selectively take some points back. So I'm going to take this point, or bring it back. This is a little bit of a guess, but I'm going to go back that far. Grab this one, take it back that far. Grab this point, take it back that far. Like that. Grab this point. I guess I could have done this with one component for a diamond instead of two like that, but I didn't. All right, I need to break this and this as well. There we go. And I'll take that, bring that back, same distance, bring this back to here, bring this back to here. Oops, I don't think I brought that to the right spot. Try it again. Oops, left. Inference to the left for green. There we go. All right, so now we have this big knurled surface, and I don't actually, this is my reference face. So there we go. So I will probably, to save myself from having to do that again and again and again, I probably need to take all of that. Actually, first, let me go one step further. All right, I have one piece already as a component. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of these, make it into a new component, call it a full knurling ring, as it's known in the professional, in the knurling world. And I'm going to grab that and explode everything. And now I want to make it into a solid piece. So I'm going to come back here like this, about that far. Doesn't really matter how far, because that's all going to disappear into the inside of the geometry. I'm going to bring that over to here, and then this one's going to come out to here, and draw that back from here to here. Now, make sure the ends are going to match up right. So that sticking out, that's sticking out, should be good. All right. Now, if I take this and save, and I'm going to use an extension called TrueBend, which I think is in Tools. Yep, TrueBend. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to wrap it back on itself 180 degrees like that, and hit enter. And now I have a full knurling ring.
Wow. I didn't know how you were going to get there, but you got there.
And at this point, I've peaked, folks. So see you next week.
Wow.
It's all downhill from here. All right, I'm going to make this a new component. I should have called this a knurling ring. The last part should be a knurling flat.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a knurling ring. It already is. Okay, cool. There's some things I might want to do in here. There's a chance that some of the stuff didn't perfectly line up. So what I generally do when that happens, I try drawing a line over the top, because it does not automatically connect the two ends. Fortunately, this is pretty simple in this case, because I can just kind of do a couple of edges like this, and it does close up, at which point I should be able to come over here. Erase? No. Let's try drawing a line over top first, and then erase. There we go. Same on the bottom. Draw a line from here to here, and then erase. And then I should be able to option smooth that. There we go. There's my ring. Since I'm not actually putting it around anything either, probably a smart thing to do would be to just fill this all in like this, and then just get rid of this. That's going to mean you don't have to worry about covering the inside or something like that. But once that face is pushed around the circle, again, it's just geometry at this point. So filling it in pretty quick, pretty easy. And there we go. Unselect that.
You got a comment saying impressive, bravissimo.
All right, let's move on. So I'm going to take that ring now. I'm going to take it by the center. So I'm going to grab it. Actually, what I could do is use my handles here. So as I come in here to move, right now I got my handles on the outside here. But if I hit Command a couple times, I should get to a middle point. There we go, right there. That's the point I want to move it from. And that point should align with this point right here. Look at that. Woo! All right. So it looks like it's a little small. Might be able to go a little bit big. Actually, that looks awesome. I'm not going to deprecate myself anymore. That's amazing. All right. Let's do another follow me. So from here to just inside here, we're going to come out and we're kind of angle in. And the main shaft is going to run all the way down to here. And then that'll come out just a little bit. Step up here to there. And it looks like we got an O-ring. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add that. I'm gonna do the same thing I did before. I'm gonna draw a circle right here, and then just take this piece right here, move that to like maybe say like that, something.
XR Design says good placement, 10 out of 10.
Nice.
Validation.
It's really hard to tell where some of this geometry is, but I'm gonna make this come out just a little bit down like that. I'm gonna grab this same geometry. I'll just make it a solid or a face temporarily so I can grab it. All right, we'll bring that back a little bit. And then we'll copy this knurling ring and then put it right here as well. And then I have this. And then this, and then this. All right, and that's as far as we're gonna go. I'm gonna make the bit separate. All right, so that is one big follow me piece. So I'm gonna grab that. I'm going to go back to my circle here, right there, say follow me with this face. And there's the rest of that. Now, to knurl it up, I'm going to grab this piece right here. We're going to copy it. I'm just going to go here, option, bring it straight down to just below there. It's too big, so we got to scale it a little bit. I'm going to hit option, or I'm going to hit S to scale. I'm going to scale it about the middle from a corner. So by going from the corner to the center, it's going to shrink the whole thing in every axis. So it's going to get smaller on all axes. So it's just going to uniformly shrink down like that. Beauty. I'm going to put one right here, divide that by 2. All right. Consider yourself knurled. And then I'm going to grab this and option copy it again down to my brass section right there. And well, that fits perfect. Let's see what happens if I grab this, option copy that down to here. All right, let's say 2x. Thing of beauty. All right, so we can take these 3 pieces now too, because they should all be solid components. And same thing as we did before, I'm gonna go to tools and I'm gonna say outer shell. Just make that all one big piece. Yes, looking amazing.
See, and you said that was gonna be the hard part, right?
Well, I kind of said this swirly part right here that I still don't know how to do.
Yeah.
It's going to be a tough part as well. So let's figure out how to do that, shall we? I'm going to put another copy of it over. Whoops. All right. So what we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times around.
Bill says, with so much geometry in the knurling, how much bloat are you getting in the model?
I don't know. Let's save and see how big this model is right now. The nice thing is the way that was it 2025 on that they made a big change in how geometry is drawn on the screen. So I haven't felt any lag at all. I know it's hard to tell when you're streaming because sometimes bandwidth causes, make it look like I'm jumping choppy or something like this. And right now my Z fighting does. Hold up.
XR Design says he's neural maxing.
Oh, shoot. Dope. I was just trying to get rid of some of this. I'm going to explode this, and then all I really want. No, why are you doing that? Don't do that. I just need this. All right, save that. Let's go look at extension. Nope. Window, model info, and stats. So currently, yeah, 16,000 faces. Not a ton. So, I mean, there's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't go to this level of detail, obviously, if I was drawing my shop and wanted a tool laying on the bench. I wouldn't do this. I would probably do a single follow me and then maybe project this material onto it or something like that. But yeah, it's not terrible. And like I said, I try to be honest with you guys when I'm struggling because, like I said, it's hard to convey this through streaming how well something is running out smoothly. But as of now, like I haven't seen any lag at all. Everything's moving really good. As I say that, I'm looking at my monitor over here of the stream and it's going thunk, thunk, thunk. Not very smooth. So that could be my internet though. All right. So now let's figure out this. So I'm going to come over here. Let's grab this. Yes. And make a copy of it and bring it over to here. Okay. That's good. I'm going to make this into a component. And I'm actually going to put this back. Oh, no, it's already there. Delete that. And then I'll take this. I did that a little bit backwards. I probably should have made a component in place and then copied that copy over, but I didn't. All's well that ends well, though. Okay, so that's what I want to do. So as I look at this, what I have here is a turn that, let's see, it's a quarter turn from here to here, quarter turn from here to here. So go from here back to here is about this far. So from here to here. No, that's not the same. Here. All right. Okay, so there we go. So if I look at this, I'm gonna just sketch some lines real quick because, all right, so what I see is this has like a half circle cutout, I think. I mean, it's hard to tell from the amount of detail I have here, but like a circular cutout that swings from here to here, and it just kind of cuts out on the surface there. So what I think I can do, if I know this goes halfway around, yeah, I can do this. All right. So I'm going to draw a surface like this. I take that surface and I'm going to copy down to here. So that if I was to take this shape and intersect face with the model, I would get, yes, that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to undo a couple times because I don't actually want that to happen. All right, and then I can paste this piece right here. So what I want to do now is I should have a piece that comes down from here to here. That's the spiral that I'm looking for. There's extensions out there to draw spirals. I don't know why, but I tend to never really use them. It's totally an ego thing because I'm too cool to use them. No, I don't know. I don't know why.
Bill says, couldn't you double make the path by intersecting two spiral paths?
Yeah. So I'll do you one better. I'm going to only do this single groove right here, and then we'll just copy it over itself. So what I'm going to do is I want to get rid of X-ray. I don't need that anymore. I need to break this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I need to do 12 cuts this way as well. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to say move that from here to here. Divide that by 12 or 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this, make it a group. And on the outside of the group, I'm going to draw a line from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. I'm going to stop saying from here to here because you guys already get the idea. And I'm just going to click all the way around until I have that. And now I can take that, triple click that, weld it, and then I'll take a copy of that from here up to here. And where that meets, I'll spin that like that. Weld that. All right. And that's one full turn. So if I look at that, that means if I started that here, it would go here, or here to here to here. 1, 2. It's pretty close to what I need. I'm going to take that.
XR Design says, does it go from here to here on the bottom? Yes.
I can't see it under there, but I think so. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know that I understand your question.
I think it's talking about, like, when you were talking about here to here, like, does it go all the way through? Does the spiral work go all the way through to the bottom?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Look under the desk again. Maybe we'll find the answer.
All right. So this should, if I drop this right about here, I should see that. Yeah, that's right. That's what I want. So if I need another half down here, another chunk up here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab that whole thing. Option copy that down to here. I'm going to make it too big. Come in here. Explode those. Weld them. All right, so now if I take this all the way up, whoops, wrong one. Wrong thing. How about this one instead? Give me that. Nope. Nope. Give me that. There we go. All right, so if I have that come up to here, and then it'll actually stop right here. All right, now what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to grab this, which should be make it a component. Spiral.
I'm impressed that you've gone from, I don't know how I'm going to do this, to viable result in, 19 minutes.
Hey, I'm not done yet. There's plenty of time to screw this up. So now I'm going to come in here and put a circle right here. Like that. No, it needs to be way bigger than that. Wasn't sure. Here, let's see. So if I look at this groove, Do it again. Circle. That'll work. All right, and I'm gonna take. Nope, take that circle. Copy that circle. Come into context. Grab my big spiral. It should be all one piece. Do a quick follow me with. Oh, it didn't. I didn't paste it. Nope, I don't know what I just did. Let's try that again. Grab that, cut it, come into context, edit, paste in place. Now grab the spiral, follow me with this. All right, I'm gonna turn off hidden geometry because it's getting a little too wacky here. Let's see if we can get that out of the middle. Let's see if that happens to be a solid. Oh, baby. All right. Now what I should be able to do is grab this, make a copy, spin that copy. No, reflect that copy about itself. Actually, back up a step. We grab this piece, solid component, reflect it, a copy of it about itself. And now we have that crossing over thingy going on. Now I should be able to grab both of these, save, outer
Important
shell
step.
and it's still a solid group, and it worked. I mean, of course it did. All right, so now,
Jeez
in
Louise.
theory, I should be able to take that, and the middle of this piece right here should line up with the edge here. So I should be able to come in here, draw a line from there, there, and then grab this and move it from here straight over to where that hits there. Bring down just a teeny bit. All right, and just to make this end up looking a little bit nicer, I'm just going to run these long.
Kegi says, I think the coils should be square, not round.
I couldn't tell the detail, but you could do that. You could run a rectangle down there. Same process would work. I believe that, actually, now that I'm drawing it. But you know what? I'm here now. At the end, this is going to be so small on the screen that I could have probably just drawn a black line and it would have been the same amount of detail. But yeah, I think you're right, because I don't know what the mechanism's like running up and down it, but that would make a lot of sense. I need to make my shaft into a solid real quick. And at this point, save. What I should be able to do is take this, tools, solid tools, subtract that from my shaft. Yup. All right, so now I'm going to make this a new component, and I'm going to call this a grooved shaft. And then what I can do is I can select this one right here. And then I can
Bill
say,
says
okay,
his Yankee screwdriver is square channeled.
Okay, I believe you.
So, yeah.
Drop it in over here. It looks pretty cool. I mean, I understand this was not perfect, but whoa. I'm pretty proud of how that turned out. Okay. Yeah, it probably is a square shaft. That square, that makes a lot of sense. But I didn't do that. Okay. Moving on. Oh my goodness. I realize this is probably some type of a clutch down here to hold this, but I'm probably not going to do that. Just because, again, proper level of detail, not too worried about it. Just push it in like that. All right, and I'm going to take that now and try to make one big solid out of it. So I'm going to grab as much as I can, make it a group. This is the next ring. All right, make that a group. That's already a solid. grab this, make that a group. All right, so now
XR Design says double spiral, 10 out of 10. You're getting good scores here, Aaron.
All right, I'll bring that over here. And depending what I wanted to do with this, I could, in theory. All right, come on now. I'll hold just like ASMR right here. Just watching that double spiral spin. Okay. Anyhow, let's focus. Focus, come on, me. I'm gonna grab all these pieces. I gotta figure out why some of them aren't solid first, though. I could dive in here. I'm just gonna use Solid Inspector. Fix that. Solid. Solid. Fix the hole. Solid. All right. So now I should be able to select all these. These should all be solids. Oop. I got some raw geometry in here somewhere. That's why it's saying entities rather than solid components. So let's just pick each of these. There we go. 9 groups. Okay, so yeah, there's my odd stuff in there that shouldn't be. I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna go to tools and I'm gonna say outer shell. Come on, baby. This is a lot of geometry to tell it's a shell. Oh, and there we go. And it's still a solid group at that. Okay, so a couple things I got to do. I got to get my switch in here. I got to model a bit real quick. So let's start with the bit. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go to this end right here. And I'm going to say, draw me a polygon in the middle. There we go. We'll bring that out like this. And then I'm going to put a circle right in the middle of that. And then I can bring this down like this. Do some smoothing. Oops, too much.
Oh.
Let's try and get fancy and rotate with my 3D mouse while my other mouse just dances across the surface. There we go. All right, now, so a couple things. To get this, so this is a smoother transition over there. I would probably just do something like this. Grab this point, and then, which way am I going? Why is it not letting me move that point?
I don't know.
I have this easy solution that is just totally not working. It's almost it's acting like it's glued, which is weird.
XR Design says mouse dancing, 10 out of 10. Oh, that's good.
Okay. Well, anyhow, I'm gonna leave that for right now because what's more important to me is to get the bit, right? Make it look like a screw bit. So I'm gonna grab this, drop it down to about here, and then I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna scale that down like this. And then I'm going to make a shape that I want to use as the cutter. So I think my shape, I'm just gonna make this very simple. I'm gonna make a rectangle. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna stick that right in the center of this. Perfect. And
Kegi says just make it a flathead. It'll be easier.
I like that. I'm gonna draw a line here. Let's go. What's the easiest way to tilt this the proper way? Come into context. Rotate this. 45 degrees. I think yep. And then draw a line 90 degrees to that. All right, then grab all this geometry and then like that. And I take this, go from 1, 90 degrees, 3x. Oops. Grab that. I'm doing something. I'll explain what I'm doing in just 1 second. Option, rotate that 90 degrees. 3x. All right. So I want to use these then to cut out of that bit. But obviously that's going to come down to all those cuts will come together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into one of these. I'm going to grab this geometry and I'm going to slide it straight back. Oh, I didn't make that a component. Hold on. Nope, just these. Delete, delete, delete. Make component. Try that again. Rotate that from here, option to here, 3x. Then I can go into one of them and I can scoot this back. Oh, I gotta come here and get rid of these extra edges now. What are you doing? I was talking to me. What am I doing?
I don't
know. You know what I
like
did?
I said, I'm always here for the process. I'm here, for the ride.
And a good ride, I hope it is. All right, let's grab all of it. I moved a face instead of the whole thing. So that was silliness. That's what that was. All right, there we go. Now, let's clean that up real quick. Solid inspector, fix that. All right. So now I can take these and I could say, take that, and where can I see the bit? Where's my bit? Oh, there it is. This is all of this. Okay, so I can say tools, solid tools, subtract that from here. Oop, this is not a solid. No, it's not. Boy, a lot of details.
Someone give Aaron a screwdriver.
All right. After all that,
it's going to work out. I know it is, Aaron.
Watch this. Now,
watch.
Grab this. I hope. Tools. Solid tools. Subtract from here. And we have one bit there. Tools. Solid tools. Subtract from here. Tools. Solid tools. Tools. Solid tools. Subtract from here. And tools, solid tools, subtract from here. All right. So there we go. That's our bit. I could play around with that a little bit more, making my cutters maybe a little wider. I came to a little bit too close of a point still. That's a really fine point. That's fine.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I think it's pretty good. This could work. All right. Last thing I want to do is this right here. I'm going to cut this out. So I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to make this shape real quick. Come there. And I'm drawing it on the flat intentionally. All right, take that. I'm going to mirror that right across itself. Come out like that. Make that into a group. And I'm going to grab, whoops, that's not enough. All of that into a group. I'm going to grab it by the middle point right here. I'm going to come over here, find that front face or that front edge. There it is. Drag that down where it goes. Slide that back into the face just ever so slightly, just slightly through the edge there. There we go. And then I'll take that. And there's a couple ways I could do this. If I wanted to maintain the roundy part on the inside, I could just intersect it and use something like joint push pull to push the face in. This is gonna be so small, and I need to go put the little switch piece in there anyhow. So I'm just gonna cut it out. I'm just gonna go to tools, solid tools, subtract that from here. Oops, something's not solid. Who's not solid? The simple piece, of course. You're the problem. This big, complicated, solid. You little push pull, not solid. Kids today. All right, so I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to solid inspector it.
So Bill says, rather than subtract the pieces individually, if you grouped all 4, they would become one, and then you'd only have to have one subtraction
Correct.
required.
Yeah, and I didn't do that. You're absolutely right. I chose instead to do the thing that I just did. But you're right. I was thinking about that. I'm like, I'm already here. Bags are already unpacked. Might as well just head out, that kind of thing. So, all right, I'm going to take this. I forget exactly what it's saying. I'll divide it to like 5 pieces. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And then we're just going to give these just a little bit of a push pull. Just to, again, give me a little bit of a, all I'm looking for here is enough metal to push my thumb into. So, all right, and with that, I'm going to call that done. All right, so I'm going to grab these 2, make them into a group, and then throw that onto my shop mat right here, and probably scale it down.
Ooh, a little bit.
0.01, because I scaled it up 100 times, which makes it just slightly taller than 3. So we're going to scale it some more. Maybe something more like, like that. We'll call that. All right. What? Oh no.
Did it not come with?
It didn't. I'm going to do a bunch of times because I don't know where that went. Okay, there we go. For some reason, somebody modeled this incorrectly.
Who would do such a thing?
Solid group. Yay. 2 solid groups. Yay again. Tools. Outer shell. Done. All right. Let's try this one last time. Make group. All right. And take that thing. Put that thing on that thing. Scale that thing down.
XR Design says, well, it's not as big as the chisel head.
That's true. And still, even at this size, weighs a little bit less. All right, let's scooch that down to reasonable size. All right, and now I'm going to explode and then make that into a new group. I'm re-exploding it because materials is gonna be a big thing for me. I don't want to mess with my materials, which can be an issue when you're dealing with a thing like that. Something that you've scaled and changed around a bunch. So that's the last thing I'm gonna do on here. I'm gonna apply my materials, and then we're gonna be done. So I'm gonna color the whole thing, all of it silver, and then the pieces that aren't, I'll just come back and change. I already forgot who's not silver. Oh, the bit up here is probably like this. This is brass, right? So grab that. And then go look at metals. All right.
Looks good. Looks good.
All right. And this, so we did all this detailing in here for this knurling, because it disappears. One of the things we can do to make that a little bit better is go to style and go to my edges and turn off profiles. That's going to help a little bit, make it a little bit lighter. But really, if I want to see the details there, I would turn my edges off altogether and actually see that geometry and let ambient occlusion and shadows and everything play inside those faces. Oh, all right. All right. You can start saying goodbye, Donovan. I promise.
Okay.
I'm just about done. What are you, my friend? Oh, that's some loose geometry from the inside. Ha! Whoops.
At least it found its way out. You're good.
That's right. All right, and there we go. There is our woodworking tools. I guess we use that term kind of loosely in that not every one of these would be considered a woodworking tool necessarily, but we did it. Neat. Walking away. That's it. Thanks for showing up, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Next week, I was kind of alluding to it, and I want to wait for confirmation, but there's a very good chance the next week will be a special guest interview, and it'll be a fun one. And I've already told you who it is, basically, but I'm not going to say it again just because, suspense. But hopefully you guys have a wonderful weekend. Hopefully have a great week next week. We will see you next time right here, noon Mountain Time on SketchUp Live. See you on Friday.
Have a good one, everybody.